world is crumbling into chaos. And as everyone just lies around waiting for it to happen, pretending nothing is going on. I may see dead people, but I also see a lot of idiots out in the world. Everyone just sits around waiting for something to be done. But there's a problem. When everyone just sits around and lies and waits, nothing ever gets done. The idiots running the world, the idiots tearing it apart, will drive us into chaos. That's the way I see it. Just give it time. You all see for yourself that history is about to be made. Hello, hello, hello! Yeah. Hello everyone, I'm back! Today is February 21st, 2015. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Ooh, a lot of exciting things are happening, my friends. First, I must tell you, I have some awesome news. This show, the one you are listening to, the one you are loving, you are embracing, this show is making it to iHeartRadio! Yes! I did it! Yes, my friends, we did it! Let's come along, good merrily. Now shut up, we have more important things to do. Now that is just a fake orgasm. Anyway. Oh yes, we have made it to iHeartRadio. The information, the page, my show should be up on iHeartRadio anytime soon. Be sure to keep a feed on to my social media pages. I will likely start broadcasting it as soon as I find it myself. Okay, so that is exciting news, number one. Number two. My book, The Ones Who Walk Our Words, A Giant's Curse. Shh! I'm not supposed to say anything. Shh! A secret. We're converting it to audiobook. Yay! Now, audiobooks seem to become more popular lately, so I figured why not add some of my stuff to it. The market, you know? Maybe get some more people to listen in. Maybe while they're out driving. Now, towards the bottom of the description, you will find links to other auditions to my poetry books. If anybody here listening in is interested in doing those, send it an audition. Now, I'm also working on quite a few extra projects. Speaking of audiobooks, my voice is going to be joining in some audiobooks here soon. Shh! I'm not gonna say anything. It's gonna be filthy. Oh, so bad. Alright. Now my exciting news is done, over with, be gone. I have decided to do something actually kind of useful for this episode. Many people out there are trying to promote some sort of project, let's say. Let's say it is a movie, a book, a store, anything, a new ghost hunting team, anything you can think of. A lot of people I don't see to be trying to put out more. Rewind. I've noticed a lot more people are starting to put out projects like that, which is awesome. I'm proud of you. So in this episode, I thought I'd give you a few tips. You know, do something worthwhile with my crappy show. I'm just kidding. My show's not crappy. It's made by me. Oh! Alright, so, of course, the title of this episode is how to promote your book for free. Now, this show is geared more towards authors. But there are some ideals, some, aspects of what I'm about to talk about that can be transferred over to other fields, which I will try to go in a little bit as we go along. Alright, so let's do a little role playing. Yeah, they're here to tell the American people that I did not have sex with that woman. Oh, Bill! Yeah, that shitty Bill Clinton. No, not that type of role play. No. What we are actually going to do for this show is we're going to try to role play. I would like for you to imagine yourselves in the situation. Right? Hello? Who's there? I think my audio's jamming up. Anyway, for the next few bit, I'm going to want you all to do is just imagine yourselves in these situations, okay? Now, let's say that you have just written a book. It is a Class A next Stephen King or insert favorite author here. Next, a great American classic. Oh, yes. But you have no idea how to get it out there. Well, here's one thing you can do. What you can do, once you have your book already edited and all that good jazz, is you can do a quick Google search or whatever search engine is your favorite for literary agents open to submissions. And what you're going to want to do is that you're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to read through each agency you find, reputation, examples of books he or she may have done in the past, all sorts of stuff like that. You're going to have to look into that and see who has done more work with books like yours. Now, fast forward a bit. Let's say you actually managed to land an agent. Excellent. Yes, that is awesome. I don't get how that was funny. Why? But here's the problem. How the payments go out. Number one is contract payments. Payments when your book is accepted. The upfront cost when you first work out the deal. Then the second payment once your book is actually accepted by the publisher and put through the press. Number two, and this is where the most money tends to kick in if you become successful enough. Royalties. Payments from the stores that sent them out, let's say Amazon, Barnes & Noble, stuff like that. the royalties and from other contracts. Maybe your book was selected for a movie, you lucky bastard. So, royalty payments. That's where the most of the money could come in if your book is actually worth a damn. Now, number 3. And this is something that's kind of optional. Because you put out your own books, it's likely that you're going to get a discount. This is going to come up later in the discussion. What some authors actually do is they try to set up an online store in which they utilize their discounts to offer up special deals on their books. Now, this also kind of cuts into royalties, but it can also help boost up your payments if it's done right. But where do you go with that? That's just the endless cycle that comes with every single book that comes along. Whether it's in the new series or if it's a completely new book. Now, there's a second route that's becoming a bit more popular. Self-publishing. Yes, self-publishing. This is probably something you've heard of, but maybe you didn't want to look into because it's too easy of a process. Well, here's the thing. When you can't land a literary agent, because sometimes they make the biggest mistakes and not select your books, and somehow you become the next billionaire. The next 50 Shades, for example. Next Twilight, or whatever the next book craze happens to be. So there's self-publishing, and this is actually where you get to have a bit more freedom. Now, Amazon and Barnes & Noble actually have special services for authors who wish to self-publish. I personally use these. For anyone who's bought one of my books, you probably already know that. But here's the thing, though. Your payments for when you go through self-publishing are deducted to 1, maybe 2. Royalties, and that third optional route for selling your books, setting up your own store online. Now, in the description, I've actually included some links to some stuff that'll help you out. First one is Hootsuite. We're gonna get to that a little later. But you're probably gonna see something along the lines of CreateSpace, kdp.amazon.com, and CreateSpace, as well as Nook Press. Now, ACX, kdp.amazon.com, and CreateSpace. Those are all services Amazon provides. KDP is Kindle Direct Publishing. This is where you can publish your book directly to Kindle devices. However, CreateSpace, I like this a lot better because you can actually get paperback copies of your books made. And every time someone buys a copy, that will be when that book is printed. So, kind of a con to this is that longer delivery times. A pro to this, you don't have to deal with a bunch of other contract bullcrap. Now, let's say you go through CreateSpace, you created all the necessary materials, you set everything to their guidelines. Great, awesome. You get it approved by CreateSpace to put it forward to press. Yes, awesome. But wait, here's something I would like to kind of inform y'all about real quick. Be very careful about how you format your book. Because if you format it a certain way, particularly single space, in my experience, that could actually jack your prices up. That is why The Ones Who Walk All Worlds, A Giant's Curse in paperback edition is being sold as a 2-part. Now, once you get that book all published, everything's formatted the way you want it, everything looks good, they're going to give you an option to publish it to Kindle. Now, because all of these websites utilize your Amazon store account as your login, it's easier to work with. But first, as far as distributing your book, CreateSpace actually can get your book on their own e-store, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Now, if you select the appropriate fields, you can also get books sold in Europe, Australia, places like that. I'm going to give you a chance to read through it if I catch your interest. Now, Kindle, of course, that puts it directly to the Kindle format for Kindle devices. Now, there are not as many strict requirements for this. They don't put you as many They don't make you jump through as many hoops as CreateSpace does, but if everything goes well, I'm just saying that because for some reason one of my books went transfer over to Kindle, right? Normally, what CreateSpace does, they will actually help transfer over converted copies so that way it'll fit to the Kindle standards. That's awesome. Great. That gets your book out even sooner and at an even cheaper cost. Now, why did I bring up Nook? Nook Press is, for those of you who don't know, a service provided by Barnes and Noble to get your books out there. Now, if you go to the Nook Press website, which I've actually included in the description, you will find that they have kind of the same options for getting your books out into the world. Either getting them as actual copies or digital copies. Now, if you go for the ebook formats, or a Nook book, as they like to put it, I personally think that the Barnes & Noble system is actually a lot easier and a lot more, I don't know what's the word here, and it's put together a lot better than Kindle is. Because with Kindle, you have to do special formatting and all this and that, otherwise everything gets kind of jumbled together. With Nook Press, you can actually copy and paste everything, do the necessary formatting in there, and it'll format it so it's not as smushed together. Now, you will also see that Nook Press has the option to put your books as actual books. Now, you can get these as paperbacks, you can get these as hardcovers, you can even get it made as a hardcover with those little paper covers, the ones where they have the little inserts you sometimes take out and use kind of a bookmark. Now, with this, it won't jack up the price like CreateSpace does if you format it a certain way, but this will not distribute it out to other stores. Here is where the Square up link in the description comes in. Have you ever wanted to set up an e-commerce store? Well, that's your ticket. You know those little Square readers that you sometimes see on TV that if you sign up for the service, you get one of them free? Well, it's a completely free service, and I actually use it. I've had no problems with it. It works very well. And this is where you can set it up to where you can use your discounts through CreateSpace and Amazon and Nook Press to sell your books there. But now you getting the book sold. That's awesome. But how in the heck do you promote it? There is a website that helps manage this type of thing. It's called Hootsuite. The link of that is also in the description. I personally use it. I love it. It helps alleviate the stress of social media by several fuck tons. Because the way I see it, they make things way too damn hard. But anyway. Now, when you sign up for Hootsuite, you can connect Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google+, all sorts of pages to it. But unfortunately, if you are only able to go to the free account, you can only link 3 social media accounts to it. It used to be 5, but they docked that down. So, lesson in that is don't delete anything, because you might be able to grandfather yourself in if you still need those requirements. Anyway. With Hootsuite, you can sync up your Facebook accounts and you can actually schedule messages to appear. And you can post to Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all from there. Now let's say you have to manage more than one Facebook page. Well, Facebook actually has a way to connect your Facebook to a Twitter account and vice versa. So that way you can post on Facebook and it pops up on Twitter, or you can post to Twitter and it pops up on Facebook. Google Plus doesn't have these connections, but that are easy to set up, but it's still a useful tool. You can set it up to where it kind of has a chain effect. Now, first, when you go to promote something, you're going to want to use hashtags. Yes, those annoying little fucking hashtags that are everywhere these days. Turns out, they're a lot more useful than I thought they were. But if you go overboard posting every other fucking word as a hashtag, that's only going to dock down your exposure. The way these work, if you set it up to where posts are coming onto your page every single day, it doesn't have to be anything special, and you use at least 1 to 2 hashtags in those posts, it'll actually help boost it without actually having to pay for anything, which comes useful. Other promotional tips I can offer for books in specific, you can go to a website called Goodreads. You can post several groups on there to promote your book for absolutely free. You can also set up a website. Now, there's a lot of free website services out there for those of you who do not know web programming. Personally, I used to recommend Webs, or formerly known as Free Webs, and Wix. Right now, I only guarantee Wix. Because Webs, they've actually docked down how much of their services free members can use. And Wix doesn't really have as many locks. You can't really, or you can, if you pay for their services, you can set up more templates and an e-commerce store right in that website. Or as compared to Square, where you can do it completely free and they just take like 2-3% out of each sale. So, side tip, you're definitely going to want to adjust your sales to where you can still get the full price and incorporate those fees. But Wix also offers HTML5. For those of you who don't know what the heck that is, you know fancy how movie websites have all those fancy little animations on the side. You can actually set up your website to look like that. It's actually pretty cool. I use it myself. I didn't include a link to Wix in the description, but I did link to my website, which is formatted through Wix, and if you go through there should be like a little tab that says something along the lines of "Create a free Wix website." And set up everything there. on the website, you can set up, feeds from your Facebook and Twitters. Set up a Spreaker account. Set up a Tumblr blog. There's all sorts of things you can do to promote yourself. This is only a small glimpse into what I personally do. And somehow my fan base across all my platforms has reached over 60,000. I have no clue how the fuck that happened, but thank you all for listening. So honestly, that's all I have for today. Go to the links below to check out some of the very useful websites. Now, just in case anything changes, remember this episode was recorded on February 21st, 2015. So, something could easily change. Other than that, I hope you all have a very awesome rest of your weekend. Would you stop that? I hope you all have an awesome rest of your weekend. Happy hunting to any paranormal investigators that may be working on a case right now. And that's just pissing me off. Have a safe one, and I hope to see you all next time. Check us out on iHeartRadio if you haven't yet. Bye!